Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Monster Train morning commute. My name's SlowWolf. It is only barely morning, and I'm going to be your conductor for the day. Let's go ahead and check out our challenges on this Saturday, November the 14th. Last time that I remember recording an episode, it was glorious. Glorious, I say. Today, yikes. So, Melting Remnant with Rector Flicker, and we got Foregone Power for our Stygian Guard. It's actually a reasonable combination. I like these two together. But the fact that we've got 150k and everything else just drops significantly afterwards tells me that this is a tough one. And how do I agree with that? Enemy unit center with spikes 1. That's how I agree with it. Fragile is the first friendly unit summoned each turn. Yoiks, and spells cost -1. That's really good. That's exceptionally good. And considering we got Stygian and Melting Remnant, there are some very powerful spells that are very expensive in both cases. Having them cost 1 less is a win. Energy Siphon is big. Engulfed in Smoke is okay. Entombed Explosive is perfect. We just need to make sure that we get those Entombed Explosives out and early. Herzl's Horde. When a card is discarded before the end of turn, gain an energy. I like that, considering that what we're in. We will never need energy again. Is the hope, anyway. And Resolve. Reform 2 random units and apply additional +5. Look, that's actually brilliant. Yeah, that coupled with our Dregs is going to make the Dregs really, really good. I actually full-on expect that this could be a really, really potent combination. But we need to make sure to remember that we've got Fragile. The first unit you summon each turn is made of glass. That's you, sir. We're going to go ahead and play absolutely everything on... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put the Train Steward up here. And then just, like, toss a Frostbite onto this boy. So our Drag is now quite strong. It is worth mentioning that you are now made of glass. Cool. You're going to die. Could you go ahead and tank a hit for this guy, please? Then toss this one out. You're dead, at least. Okay, and we might as well put both the energy siphons on you. We could stealth 2 on these guys. I mean, it doesn't hurt at all. We might as well do it. Okay, you're gonna live, huh? That's what you think. Now, I'd prefer you died. You're currently taking 5. You need to take 11 to die. That ought to do the trick. Now, the reason why I want them to die is because if they get up to the big top up here, then it's going to be an issue. So, you are going to die. That's excellent news. I would ideally like it if you went up here and killed the person behind. You're going to burn out. Let's put a Train Steward up here as well, for what it's worth, and then we can just Forgotten Power over here. Now, here's the big reason why I wanted those two to come out with the way that they did. We can now put out both of them. Which one do I want to die first? You, primarily. Then you. Next. Bingo. Easy win. Not that it matters, we'll put both of the energy siphons out there, Forgotten Power, and then call it a day. We got our first turn boss kill. Entombed Explosives, man. They're really good. When you get the chance to return them every single turn, it is fantastic. So, molded for reforming a unit, and it's free, is really, really stellar. Having 2 Entombed Explosives is already pretty good. Having a 3rd would be hilarious, but absolutely unnecessary. But extremely funny. But we can only bring back 2 a turn anyway right now. So I'd rather go for the molded. Helical Crystals is great for 1 energy. Especially if we got doubled on it. It does 50 damage twice. It's 100 damage for 1 mana. Bingo. Absolutely doing. Out of these, now we've got some interesting setups. We could go for a scenario where we've got a Titan Sentry backed up by the other guy, and then we just put out 1 Entombed Explosive a turn. It's an idea. The other thing that we could do is just have the Titan Sentry go out there and then die. Out of these, really, none of them, as far as creatures go, immediately really gel well with what we've got going on. But I think that the Titan Sentry is probably the most set it and forget it out of the bunch, so we'll go for it. I don't really have any qualms with him. In a pinch, he does what he needs to do. So with spells costing 1 less and being as powerful as they can be with, like, Helical Crystals, for instance, and Molded, I think that we honestly want to go down this route, pick up the money, and see what we can find. Holdover. Holdover on Helical Crystals means we can do 50 damage a turn. Coupled with Energy Siphon means we can do a lot more damage every turn, which is really, really nice. The other option is we can Mold it. We can get back 3 creatures a turn. It's not needed, but it is really good. We could also hold over and stealth. You can never attack me. If we had more offensive creatures, I'd be sold on that. I think that going for the Helical Crystals at this point is a good plan. We do not have the Consume Seraph, so it actually makes good sense. It allows us to just deal extra damage every turn. I quite like that. Now, spell cost being reduced by 1. Look, dude, there's really no sense to that. 20 magic power Consume? Absolutely not. Let's re-roll. Permafrost is cute. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to upgrade this thing with 20 magic power, so we're doing 35 damage twice, which is great, and reducing the cost of Engulfed in Smoke does not really immediately make me think of a good time. What I will do is remove a Train Steward. For 50 gold, well worth it. Alright, let's see what we got in our next battle here. We don't have anything that immediately makes us go, wow, we're so well off, but, like, we're doing okay. One of the big wins we got going on is that we really don't need to worry about energy at all. I mean, I'm just going to put this guy here. Oh, you're fragile. You're going to die. I'm an idiot. It's okay. We knew I was an idiot, and that's okay. We're going to reform him. We're going to put out the Train Steward this time. Then put out the Rector Flicker. Then we're going to go ahead and do this. Helical Crystals. Immediately kill everybody. Dude, we could just stealth our own team here. It's not a good plan, however. So instead, I will stealth this guy up top. Or in the middle. He's dead anyway. I'll stealth this guy up top. Does it matter? No. Okay, Helical Crystals. We're playing it just so we can play it. I would like to get both dregs, or at least a dreg out. Forgotten Power, doesn't matter. Okay, boss time. He does a little bit of damage. If we do this... This slaps him for 60, which is huge. Bomb him, drag him, call it a day. Look, Helical Crystals being double damaged is insanity. If we can get a double stack on one of those things and hold over, we're so good. Okay, Fatal Melting is big. Drafts are bigger. Drafts are one of the most powerful creatures in the deck that we could possibly get with access to our Rector Flicker being the way that he is. I think. And I think that the draft, as a result, is a huge get for us. Fatal Melting is also really potent, especially because we're going for that spell, and we want people to die. We're going to have people die, thanks to Fragile, a lot. So this will actually be a really helpful, like, AoE wipe, which is really, really powerful. It's a tough one to call. I think we go for Fatal Melting right now. And then I think out of these ones, the easy one is Crypt Builder. We have multiple cards that allow us to discard. It's worth it. Out of these, Wickless Tycoon... works, but it's a tough one to make it fit. Why? Well, right now, we want our Rector Flicker to kind of be on the same floor as everybody else, but, like, maybe we don't. You know what? Give me the Wickless Tycoon. We'll make one floor where everybody dies, and then call it a day. Do we have enough money to make spells, like, work? Nah, I'm gonna go down this side. Maybe we get a really cool unit. We did not really. Lady of the House is not bad, though. She's actually a potent little package. So 50% chance to remove all buff effects on an enemy unit when it enters your train, or 25% chance to just deal damage to it when it enters your train. Or I could just skip it for extra money, which is what I'm gonna do. Get Dante's Candles. Okay, so Dante's Candles coupled with Stealth. It's dangerous. We have more than enough mana to make it work, but our deck is... I wish I could take a look at my map right now. I wish I'd taken a look at my map before. Oh, here it is. Cool. I mean, that's actually super good. So, if we take Dante right now... Okay, we got a removal, Stygian. We probably want to go down the other side. We can duplicate a card, including Dante, to be fair. We have no means of improving him yet. So if we go down the other side, we can improve him, remove 2 cards. That seems reasonable. At that point, Dante will kick in. Oh, wait, shit, hold on. If we take the candles now, Dante doesn't come back to us until, what, this battle here? At which point, then we can go to the Merchant of Steel? So we're going right side, left side. Yeah, we're definitely going right side, left side. And then after that, maybe at that point we can get something pretty sweet out of a hell vent. I think that that's our plan. So, yeah, we'll take the candles. It's a bit spooky, but we'll take it. Dante here is either game-breakingly strong or a complete waste of time. And I'm willing to give it a shot either way. Like, it could go wrong, but we gotta give it a shot. Friendly intent to the sap 1, that's big bad. Talus attacks every turn and applies dazed on strike. Okay, at least she doesn't, like, shove people backwards. That's big. I mean, could you not? Okay, so we're definitely gonna do this. I'm gonna put you here for right. Fuck me. Put down the entombed explosive. People are fragile, you moron. Okay. Okay, look, this is still fine. But we are gonna fatal melting right here, sadly. Out of these, if I put you here, mold it, and slap you down there, and I did it in the wrong order, it does not matter, it's fine. We'll live. Put down the Titan Sentry, at least now he's full of HP, and you keep forgetting about Fragile! It is my worst nightmare. Okay, you're dying due to spikes. You deserve to die due to spikes, if I'm being completely honest with you, game. Okay, toss that out there for sure. You're fragile, that's fine. Train Steward can come out here and, like, I don't know. Dude, you've been playing like a moron all day, but this is just the freaking tip of the iceberg. Okay, Energy Siphon again. I think you put down a Drag and then, like, Freezer. You had haste this whole time, huh? I don't suppose you could give me Fatal Melting right now, huh? Final wave. Okay, so here's the deal. We can heal Crystal for half of your HP. That's not nearly enough. Put you here. You're gonna make it up to the top, and there's nothing we can do to stop that. We need to prepare for next turn. And I did not. I am not a smart man. You have to put down the weak ones first, Philip! What's wrong with you? Okay, so. This gives me 2 turns of Frostbite just doing its thing, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. I think what's important right now is to do Helical Crystals, Crypt Builder, Forgotten Power, and we did it, just barely. And then this will make sure that we at least get some stealth off. Okay, look, we got them on the second turn. Great. That was a badly done fight. But you are an excellent creature. Huge! Legion of Wax is also excellent. I think we grab him. Like, Legion of Wax is a game-ending creature. Obviously, we're going for width in this run because we have just lots of little people coming out, dying, coming back. Okay, so we want to go right first. Forgotten Boots, Pyre Remains. We needed both. It's fine. We could go for Harvest and get our guy to be very large, or we could just start off with him being relatively large and making our guys even larger. That's fine. And I think that as far as doubling up cards go, there is something to be said for 2 Bounty Stalkers that we can just constantly put out there. But, Helical Crystals, man. If I had been smart enough to put Energy Siphon down, I think that would have been better. But having 2, like, Helical Crystals we can just toss out every turn for damage isn't bad either. That's like 140 damage a turn. That's solid. Like, we're missing the plot here, for sure. But it's the most valuable card we have. It's the only one that we want to duplicate. So let's give it a shot. If we had gone left, we probably would have found something really worthwhile. But hey, I'm really counting on Dante kind of kicking in for us. We'll have to see. So, do not do. Look at that. Wasn't that just that much better? Toss that boy out there. Toss this boy out there and call it a day. Okay, so we have to remove this. That's fine. Now, at this point, if you die, that's bad. If you die, that's fine. So go down here. Cool, he's taking 105 damage and still not dying. What an absolute champ. He's dying. You're taking 10. That's all we can do. Sadly, the collector's going to get away. I don't mind if you're fragile. I'd rather that you were. Okay. If you come out here. Cool. We use this. Use Fatal Melting here to not even scratch you. That's fine. Bit of a cluster truck of a game, though, eh? Okay, remove this. Every turn, it's just been remove that. Next. I don't mind if you die. I kind of mind if you die. Cool. 39 damage is not bad. But what I can do is do a lot more damage than that. So I will happily do a lot more damage than that. Cool. We've taken out the floor. We can take out both of Dante's candles. Who cares? Toss out the Bounty Stalker, have it die, hold on to everything else in my hand, and call it a day. Or at least move this to a different floor. We could put out the Lady of the House has got Burnout 4, which makes it really powerful. I want to hold on to it, honestly. Enter. We need to remove a lot of these baddies, by the way. Okay, that sucked. Okay, do this 100%. Hyoko Crystals once, Hyoko Crystals twice. Toss out a Bounty Stalker, who's fragile, which sucks. Oops. And we dealt a little bit of damage. Not my greatest moment, sadly. And we got a lot of damage incoming. 70 and 70 is not going to be enough. Okay. That'll have to do for now. It really sucks that those guys in the back just can't die, huh? The good news is we did kill them. It took a little bit of extra work, but having the two helical crystals cycling back all the time was not bad. Okay, skip. Our deck is too thick, is what I'm coming to realize. It's stuffed. We keep drawing not the cards we want. Okay, Dante, yeah, great. Give me 2 magic power for everything you got. That's more or less the big bonus I was looking for out of you. 2 magic power plus your fine and fancy self is exactly what I wanted out of this game. Hazel's Horde. Herzl's Horde. Whatever. Game 5, whenever a friendly unit dies, is a lot of money. Deal 2 damage whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. I think that the Memorial Fund here makes good sense. Checking out the Concealed Caverns. Steel Pulley Claw is still a very powerful thing, but it is less powerful in this setting because we got spikes. So we go for a Trapdoor. Yeah, we go for Trapdoor. It's handy. If we give it Permafrost, it's perfect. Permafrost equals perfect on trapdoors. Who knew? Having a trap that goes off when you want it to? Who knew? It's really good. Dante the Deceptive. Being that large, man, you'd be an absolute asset to my team. Upgrade units to have more HP. Titan Sentry would make good sense. I could see that also being extremely helpful on Legion of Wax. Just in general. Making each of those little guys a little bit tougher. With glass, that actually doesn't matter all that much. So what would I rather have? If I have him die, right? Like, let's think about this. If we have him die by placing him first in a thing, all of his little buddies die too, but then everybody dies very quickly, and then we get a second Legion of Wax that'll die immediately afterwards. We can fill up 2 floors with just Legions of Wax. I'm not sure if that's wise, but it is a lot of money very quickly. And it is a lot of offense very quickly as well. Having this guy having triple multi-strike right now with that means he's doing a ton of damage, which is really, really nice. Okay, look, do we want anybody to be tankier? The Titan Sentry. Arguably one of the best tanks in the game. Set him and forget him and he puts out Frostbite. He's a beautiful first floor kind of character. Upgrade a unit with plus 10 Strength. I got nothing on putting that on Legion Wax. I got nothing about putting that on Dante the Deceptive. The only thing that I'd rather put on Dante, like what else would I rather put on Dante? Really? Another multi-strike? Not as effective, actually. So you know what? You take the damage then, dude. Then we re-roll. Burnout 1. It's almost as perfect as playing him first. It's not necessary, though. Quick. I think that putting Quick on the Legion of Wax and all of its little guys afterwards is actually a pretty big get. What else do we have here? Plus 10 damage as well, huh? Yeah, dude. He becomes a missile, I think is what I'm understanding this to be. And then Burnout, and then plus 5 in both categories. Applying this to an Entombed Explosive is not a bad plan. But we're playing them first anyway. Putting on the Bounty Stalker, meaning that no matter what happens or where we play him or in what order we play him, he dies and then we can get him back later, is not a bad plan either. However, I would rather get multi-strike and more damage. So instead we're going to purchase some cards with the rest of our money. Train Steward needs to go. Hey look, it's $100. Train Steward needs to go. And we've done what we can. Next battle. So the extra magic power is a big deal for us. Oh my god, they get all their HP when they move up a floor. The extra magic power is a big deal for us. Is that 6 damage for each of our heal crystals and a bunch of damage for everything else. So, I still think that we put out the Rector Flicker, but again, remember, put out the Dreg first, that way he's fragile. We could put out the Wickless Tycoon on this floor, but again, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But where else are we going to put him, really? Like, the Wickless Tycoon is sadly, like, actually a bit of an odd man out. Cool. That worked. Sort of. We could put down the Deceptive on the same floor as him, and that would kill him. Dreg first. No. Bounty Stalker first. Yee, buddy. You're dying? That's excellent news. I think we put you on this floor, so you can catch, you can work as our goalie. Heal Crystals will get the kill there as a result, which is very nice, and we don't need to Forgone Power anywhere, but I think I will. Cool. We now have a missile. Now I have to wonder, does this work as intended? I think it does. With some downside. You need to come out here next. Cool, we don't have any place to put you. Except for up here, where I'd be very happy if you did die, thank you. And then a Burnout for Drag, huh? Might as well put you there. So that sort of worked. Not this game. Okay, I think we do this. Cool. If we apply a Dreg, it will die. That's probably fine. I would like to play the Bounty Stalker. We have 2 waves left. Perfect. He'll be dead and back by the time we need him to be there. Legion of Wax is gonna have to sit in my hand for now. I think this works. That was easy. Okay. Definitely putting an Entombed Explosive down, I think. Wait, no, 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 we don't want to. We want to make sure that we get out the Stealth Assassin as soon as we can. Yeah, we have too many creatures, is my sad reality that I'm beginning to realize here. So we end the turn. So he's got Sweep, yeah. He will attack whoever I put down first. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You got Burnout too? Cool, you'll die by the time it matters. We need to move you. Okay, we definitely want to put out the Bounty Stalker. Not a bad amount of damage, all things considered, but obviously not enough. The lifesteal certainly did not help. Now, I believe this does kill you, however, since we're going to be able to daze you, toss out an Entombed Explosive, and yeah, you're very dead. You might have been able to lifesteal your way up to the 2nd floor, but you're not getting further than that. What's you? Whenever you play a spell, spells in hand that cost less are reduced. It literally doesn't matter. Like, we really don't care about that artifact, and so as a result, who cares? Deal damage equal to 10 times the number of friendly unit deaths this battle. That's massive. But again, we're making our deck very thick. We need to be careful about this. Stop it! Wolf, what are you doing? The deck is so thick! It's thick with 2 C's now. It's extra thick. We need to go down this way. Okay, remove. 100% removing a train steward. And, like, again, I keep saying the Wickless Tycoon is bad here, but, like, there's some other creatures that just we don't have the space for. We just don't have the space for. Wickless Tycoon is probably the least useful out of the bunch, even though he's been kind of feeding us, like, 10, 15, 20 gold every once in a while. It's not bad. Lady of the House is probably the most useless out of the bunch right now. She's big, she's tanky, she takes up too much room. Goodbye. Duplicating a card, however. But you just said your deck is too thick. Look, if I double up my Dantes here, we can have a floor of Dantes. Is that a good thing to do? I don't know, man. The other option, and hear me out, is we could add another Dante's Candle. And make him have multi-strike 4. I don't think that's the right idea. So you know what? Doubling up on Dante just in general, good plan. He's very strong. We can put 2 of them on the same floor and they'll just rip and tear through the floor. Which makes a large chunk of the rest of our creatures redundant. If we were going to do this a second time, I think we could now figure out which creatures were not the useful ones. You're going to go here and instantly die. Not great. But you know what? It could be worse. And if you go down here as well, and you go down here as well, then I'll be quite pleased with that. I could just Fatal Melting on this floor. But I'd rather that this Titan Sentry died right now, honestly. So I'll go up here. You know what? Eat it. That was a decent amount of dollar reduce we just made. Dante's Candle, why? You know what? I don't mind if you die, sir. Now, you on the other hand, I do mind if you die, but, like, you got nothing else you can do. Okay, you're both back. Excellent news. You be the fragile one. Dante the Deceptive comes out and does his thing and wipes out the floor on his own. Excellent news. Not enough room for you. Cool. That worked. I think up here we could happily do this. And we might as well do this too. And then freeze. It's like, what else are we going to do with our life? Okay, so our bottom floor is kind of working, doing its thing. If we Energy Siphon and we Bounty Stalker, who will then die, and we do Helical Crystals for a bajillion damage, and we put out this guy, and we Furgon Power, that could be a lot worse. Now, you be the fragile one. Thank you. What the heck is dead? You're the dead one? We already have the fragile out, so you having burnout 3 out here is not the worst, and actually does do some work. You know what? We're going to grab him. We're going to grab him just so that way he can come up here and stab this thing in the face. I don't care about either of those. And the fact that the clogging out my deck is an insult, really. Might as well go out here and die. That gives us 5 gold. And then you'll die shortly afterwards, which kills man. Then I think we do double Helical Crystals up here. And Frostbite him. Now, I hate to ask, where's other Dante? So, I am going to go ahead and Helical Crystals. Which allows me to Helical Crystals, which allows me to Forgotten Power, which allows me to put out a super powerful Dreg, which does a bunch of damage. Final wave. You might think yourself safe. However, have you considered that we have this and another Dante? And there's a very good chance I could just kill you before that. Okay, cool. So, like, not bad. 24,000 is a reasonable point score to have at this point. It's not great, but it's fine. Sacrificial Resurrection is great for thinning out a deck very quickly and adding some drafts, which I like. It also costs no mana. So, I could see Sacrificial Resurrection being particularly good in our deck, and this is Seraph the Chaste. Cleanses all units. The Cleanse, I think, also has some more curse cards to your deck. I'm not sure. And more width does not hurt. We are always strapped for room. So, yeah, this is fine. At this point, we go left. We can upgrade a couple of creatures, like Bounty Stalker, making him a really big, scary man. I think that's worthwhile. And we get some gold and we get some other stuff. Look, I'm kind of sold on that one, honestly. Especially because the removal here is huge. We get to remove the Wickless Tycoon now that it's bad. And again, we have too many creatures. We have too many creatures filling up too many spots, filling up too many slots, doing too many things to make my life a little bit too difficult. Our Titan Sentry does do some work. I like him a lot. It's honestly our Legion of Wax, on whom, I would like to add, we spent a ton of money. But he's impossible to play. He's impossible to play. But I think it's on, like, and we do want the dregs. Although we have lots of other things that we can play first now. And be happy about, so yeah, that's fine. I'm happy removing a dreg. Merchant of Steel. Quick. I don't know what you want me to do with Quick, honestly. Upgrade a unit to be tankier. Yas. Sure, dude. Upgrade a unit with plus 10 damage. Look, we could put that on the Bounty Stalker. And that will actually be helpful, but Quick does nothing for us, so we're going to re-roll here. We did at least get multi-strike, and that makes a big difference. I don't want that on anybody else. I don't want damage on anybody else. Let's purchase some more cards. So what do I want to get rid of? At this point, we have... Again, just too many dregs kind of makes things difficult, and... Again, you're just so... You have quick and some damage, and your little guys come out and then do some damage, and then... Oh, if you had multi-strike, I would have been much happier. But I'm gonna remove him. Like, honestly, as dumb as that sounds, I think we're better off without him. Reform, additional units get an initial 15. That's pretty stellar. Let's go for it. Alright, at the start of the battle, each enemy unit, every floor is filled with enemy units. It's fine. I do not mind. I think we have to put him up there to act as a goalie. 5, 10, 15, and a bunch more, huh? So you're going to take some damage here, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Cool, everybody up there is dead. That's what we expected and wanted. Cool. He'll be back next turn. I do not mind setting up a second Dante the Deceptive here. So at this point, we're okay. The question right now is, do we do Trap Shoot? And I think the answer is no. These little gilded birds are kind of the worst. And they hit really hard, huh? Cool. You're dead already, huh? Well, how tough are you right now? 15? I don't mind Dante dying, actually. I'm honestly more worried about everybody else. So how about this? You're still gonna die, and that's A-okay. Shame. Alright. So the reason why I'm not minding Dante the Deceptive dying here is because now he's going to come back and he's going to be ridiculously strong every turn I put him out there. We must put you out there to be fragile. Then get you out here. And, like, that's pretty painful. I am going to do this, however, in an effort to just kind of streamline the process a bit. We want to put down another entombed explosive. I'm not sure where or why. Maybe, but, like, put a Drake up here, I guess, so that way it eventually dies. And we can Sacrificial Resurrection. It's not the time. Got them both back. You got Burnout too, you do not. Look, I would actually, since there's 2 waves remaining, if we put out Dante the Deceptive now, he will be fragile and die. So what I'd rather do is put out the Bounty Stalker, put out Dante, give everybody stealth, and he'll burn out long before it matters. Cool, we can definitely heal crystals twice. Might as well do this, call it a day. Get rid of the stupid candle. You're going to burn out, and that's more or less according to plan here. I think we need to do it like this. Double helical crystals to keep the dream alive, and then we're putting out the Bounty Stalker in the back just because of the stupid amount of damage he does. So that Dante burns out. Sure, but have you considered that if we put out this guy to be fragile, and then put out this Dante the Deceptive, like here, this man is extremely dead? Oh, and that helps. Yeah, okay, cool. We take 2 damage each. Brilliant combination of damage, really. And our assassin is insane right now. We don't need any of those. We don't need any of these either. We have $1,000. Holy crap. Okay. So we get that on one side, we can double up. Look, I'm not the one that's going to say it, but having a 3rd Dante the Deceptive would be really funny. I do, however, think that it's worth looking at this side to be able to remove some stuff. Our creatures are fully upgraded, the ones that we want. We can remove some cards for free. Yeah, I think that this is worth it. Just saying the word remove. Remove. It feels really good in my mouth. We're going to remove both the dregs. I think, in our case. Because although they're useful for being cheap, we don't necessarily need everything to be cheap and useful. Permafrost, like I said, Permafrost on the Trap Shoot is perfect. 20 magic power on the Crypt Builder is cute, but not necessary. Upgrade a spell to have -1 cost. Memento Mori costing 1 less would be pretty big. It's a very powerful spell, though. And then I think we re-roll here. Holdover. Look, that could start wiping things very quickly. But I think the Memento Mori makes good sense. I think that having Crypt Builder every other turn is pretty good, too. Memento Mori, though. 10 times the number of friendly unit deaths this battle. That is a lot of unit deaths that we can just start working with. Fail Melting being free is pretty sweet. I'm down with that. That's fine. Let's leave it at that. We had 1,000 gold. That was a lot of points that we're throwing away, but I'm thinking that we'll live with it, and the 3 magic power is pretty sweet. Yeah, we're going to call it at that. Not a bad set of artifacts. We have lots of magic power right now, which makes Crypt Builder, like, passively a really strong recurring spell that'll pop up every once in a while. $10, $20, huh? Dante's Candle, man. Why you gotta make my life difficult? Cool. Alright, so we can put out a Dante the Deceptive on this floor now. And then, yeah, we're not assuming that. Amber Burn is going to suck here a lot. Yep, as expected. I think this is a good plan. It's a decent amount of damage all at once. Putting this out here makes good sense. We could avoid more Ember Burn if I just kill you right now. I don't think that's the right plan. So let's do it like that. Cool, now you're dead. Maybe we get lucky? Boom! Big luck. I like it. Okay. Get rid of Dante's stupid candle. Okay, this boy is only going to be able to attack once before he dies. Due to fragile and the way that things work out, and that's okay. Cool. If I stealth this floor, that saves us a decent amount of damage. We're going to go into Forgotten Power here because it doesn't really matter where it goes. Memento Mori. Alright, here's an interesting one. If we'd done that the other way around, I think that would have been a little bit better. Bounty Stalker. Sadly. Alright, Trap Shoot I think we hold on to. Okay, you both are dying, you're taking some damage. You're still alive. And up here, you could take 89 damage. You'd take a great deal more if I do this. Oh. 15. No! Oh. Shame. Okay. Okay, so you bummers are both sort of free. If I put you out for... Have we played a creature yet? I don't think we have. Okay, so you're going to be out first to die. You're going to be out second to do damage, and then, you know, eventually die. 89 or 88 damage. The 89 is strictly better. And so we're going to do it that way. Yeah, I think we put down Dante the Deceptive at this point, and if he dies, that's fine. Up here, we need to get rid of the stupid candle. What happens if I do it this way? Oh my god. 700, huh? Okay. So, we got a little Dante that's fragile and died. Final wave. Okay. Don't move. You have Burnout 1, so you will just die, and that's okay. I don't mind you going out there with a bang. And then I figure you might as well attack as many times as you possibly can. And he's dead! And he's dead. You know what? Just for funsies then, look. Put Dante the Deceptive up here. Go ahead and toss a Memento Mori. Use Sacrifice or Resurrection to get a slightly bigger draft. And then put that out here and then it dies and then no one cares. Okay, cool. So that one assassin being at 200 and something damage is potent. Look, not excellent, but still a really solid score considering what we saw at the beginning of the day. 45,000 is not what I expected. But that worked out okay. Our deck was clunky, but it worked. And I'm down with anything that works, clunky or otherwise. So let's see how we did. If we had saved up more of our gold, we would have probably gotten higher, but being in 25th place is not a bad place to be. Hey, friends, do I have any friends that play this game? Would you like to give it a shot? Would you like to step? But all that said, like, yeah, the 25th place is not a bad place to be at all. Let's see what our top place ended up looking like. It took 40 minutes as well. Like, this is a thinking man's game. So went for the same kind of Rector Flicker, had all the drags, Entomb Explosive with Burnout, sure. 2 other Entombed Explosives, so went for the triple Entombed Explosive. Can't blame him at all. Went for the big Legion of Wax. And now here's the deal. I think that if we had managed to hold out on the Legion of Wax and give them multi-strike, that would have been a good play. But they just take up so much space. They need to be able to win on their own, pretty much. Energy Siphon with double stack. That's kind of what we were looking for, and what we should have gone for. Ice Storm. Oh, are you kidding? have been so good. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking what their turns ended up looking like. Oh, they got the steel pulley claw. Really? Really? That can't have been that helpful, considering. You had far fewer artifacts. You went for card draw instead, which makes sense for a big, thick deck like what we had. Gifts for a guard. Apply consume, 20 magic power and 0. Gifts for a guard is extremely risky. I'm not sure how I feel about it most of the time. That said, on the turn where it matters, you put that out there. If that hits the right spells, like you kill people so hard. Yeah, all things considered, I think we did all right. Their deck kind of topped out better. They got 5-turn boss rush on, like they just got early boss kills where we didn't, and that got them the extra 6,000 that we did not have. But that was a really solid thing. They also had a bajillion coins at the end. Gotta remember, every coin's worth a point at the end. So yeah, not bad. We got 25th / tied for 24th. The tiebreaker being that they took half an hour, where I took a little bit more. And that's that. Thanks for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when these videos go live, and I'll see you guys next time. This is a blast. Bye. I forgot where the F9 key is on my keyboard.